Hey, Yelp. Good morning, everyone, and it really is a pleasure to welcome Yelp to its new East Coast headquarters. Yes. Yelp's familiar trademark is, number one, it's on my iPhone. I never put it on my iPad. I just use it on my iPhone.
We'll have to get you.
Well, because I'm going around, I can download it, but and I've had it for. I don't know. I was trying to think how long. Okay, I can do that right here. Online star-based ratings on a scale of 1 to 5 of local businesses provided by consumers. So in that spirit, it is my review of Yelp's new home in New York. First, here it is. You're just a short hop from one of the major transit hubs, Union Square, so you get 5 stars for convenience. The offices are set up bullpen style, just like City Halls and Bloomberg. That gets 5 stars in my book as well. I have always been a very big advocate of open plan. Your job is to make people work together. Walls are barriers, get rid of walls, and I think every organization should do that. Yelp provides employees with beer and an iPad app that controls the keg taps. When I read that in my speech, I said, huh?
Don't do that.
It's a little bit early in the morning for me. I'm coming back this afternoon. Definitely 5 stars, but I have to get the app myself. And finally, in Open This Office, you have created 65 new jobs in our city. That's good, but I think you can do even better. And in fact, you're still hiring. You've got room to expand at this location. 5 stars for that for sure. Are you going to apply? Hey, you and I might come in this afternoon and apply, and so you never know.
You forgot one reason they should get a
Why?
big 5+.
Why?
They have the best council member on the city council as their local council member.
I knew that was the case. Well, you're going to hear from her in a while. She's going to talk for an hour and a half, something about her view on 999 or something like that. In fact, it's fair to say these new Yelp offices are the latest proof that New York gets 5 stars as a home for growing and innovative tech firms, and we're well on the way to becoming the world's #1 digital city. Earlier this month, Twitter also opened an East Coast hub in our city. Today, Google has more employees in New York City than anywhere outside of its headquarters in Mountain View, California. We are also home to an increasing number of homegrown success stories, including Etsy, Foursquare, Tumblr, and Meetup. And I think Bloomberg now we have something like 15,500 employees, and about half are in this city. So we keep growing, and we've grown a lot since they got rid of me and put somebody else in charge. All in all, seriously, high-tech jobs in our city have grown by 30% in the past 5 years, and the flow of digital move-ins and startup promises to keep that trend very strong. By providing funding and incubator space for startups, we're fostering that growth. And with top universities bidding to build a new science and tech campus here, our long-term digital future, I think, looks as bright as it could be for any place in this country. We've already passed Boston, my former hometown, in digital venture capital investment, and we're gaining on Silicon Valley, and we will not rest until we're #1. And by the way, digital media isn't the only industry where California feels us breathing down its neck. We're also gaining on Los Angeles, on the longtime capital of film and TV production. During the 2010-2011 season, New York and L.A. were neck and neck, each producing 10-hour-long drama plots for TV networks. There are 23 primetime series currently filming in our city, up from 18 last year and up from 7 just nearly a decade ago. And the great work of Commissioner Kathy Oliver and the Mayor's Office of Media and Television has a lot to do that. The reason I even bother to mention all of this film stuff, that each production that shoots in our city supports another 4,000 businesses in our city, providing behind-the-cameras jobs for carpenters and caterers and thousands of other New Yorkers, all of whom, when they need to go to a restaurant, go right away to Yelp. When they need anything else, they go to Yelp. So there's no doubt about it, New York and Yelp are made for each other. This is a city with 160,000 small businesses that offer every product and every service under the sun. Many already advertise on Yelp, and Yelp's new ad executives and web designers here will bring in even more. We also, you should know, have 8.4 million people who are not shy about expressing their opinions, and Yelp is the perfect platform for them. In fact, millions of New Yorkers already visit Yelp's website every month. And I think the new Yelp presence in our city is sure to make the company an even more valuable resource for businesses and consumers alike. So on that note, Let me welcome the Yelp CEO and co-founder, Jeremy Stoppelman, to our city, coming here from Washington, D.C. You don't want to go back. You want to stay here? I'll turn the floor over to him.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone who came out this morning. My name is Jeremy Stoppelman, and I'm the CEO of Yelp, an online review site I co-founded in 2004 with my former colleague from PayPal, Russell Simmons. No, not that Russell Simmons. The engineer, Russell Simmons. Before I say anything further, I want to recognize our distinguished guest, Speaker Quinn. We couldn't be more proud to be locating our office in District 3. And of course, Mayor Bloomberg, thank you for your leadership in the high-tech sector. While Yelp has had a small footprint in New York since 2007, we're excited to be adding almost 40 new jobs in the Big Apple. In the 4 years we have been here, the innovation to come out of New York, encouraged and fostered by Mayor Bloomberg, is nothing short of commendable. At Yelp, our mission is to connect consumers with great local businesses. Almost 7 years ago, Yelp was founded because I couldn't find a doctor. Today, Yelp is in 12 countries and employs more than 900 people throughout the world. More than 60 million consumers used Yelp last month to help them decide where and how to spend their hard-earned money. In fact, a Harvard Business School study recently confirmed that small independent businesses are succeeding thanks to the 22 million word-of-mouth recommendations on Yelp. This researcher found that an increase in a restaurant's star rating led to a boost in revenue. Additionally, consumer demand shifted from chains to independent restaurants. During a period when it's hard to turn on the news without hearing something depressing about our economy, it's heartening to learn that a website we originally created to help me find a doctor is now driving customers to Main Street businesses. Job growth in this country relies on small but fast-growing and successful businesses, and New York is no exception. It's a great city that we're proud to be a part of, an important place to have an office, but it's also home to a vibrant Yelp community. In fact, New York is one of the cities on Yelp with the most traffic, and millions of New Yorkers come to Yelp each month to share and view information about local businesses. Clearly, New Yorkers are finding Yelp to be a useful resource, and small businesses are taking notice. Thousands of New York business owners have taken advantage of the free business tools we provide at biz.yelp.com to help them engage their customers. In fact, nearly 20,000 business reviews have received a response from New York owners, which makes sense. One thing I've learned about New Yorkers is if they happen to have an opinion, they're certainly not afraid to share it. In a city that is the very embodiment of opportunity, we look forward to both expanding our presence here and helping New Yorkers as well as tourists discover and support all the amazing businesses New York has to offer. Thank you, everyone, for coming. And I would also like to present Mayor Bloomberg with this lovely Yelp NYC t-shirt.
That's what I always wanted. And incidentally, it's the right size. Usually they give me extra large. I can't figure out what Dan and I could get in together. This is perfect. Thank you. Jeremy, thank you. Chris, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you. They usually give me an extra small petite. It doesn't work either, so, you know, people see different things in different people, I guess. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. And Jeremy, congratulations to you and everyone at Yelp. It is very exciting to see 65 new and additional jobs coming here into the 3rd District and into our own Silicon Alley. And I know these jobs are going to help us grow New York's tech sector even more. We have over 100,000 people right now working in this sector, over 10,000 companies, and if we keep this pace going, if we keep this focus going, we will become the tech capital, not just of the country, but the tech capital of the world, and put lots of our neighbors to work in good-paying jobs that they can support their families with. So thank you so much for helping us move in this great direction. And the thing about Yelp that's so smart and why it really should have, as the mayor said, even more than 65 jobs in New York, is it harnesses a couple of great things about our city. One, our small businesses. It gives our small businesses an opportunity to really shine by taking the New Yorkers who go there and giving them a place that they can say what they think. And as I was standing down on Fifth Avenue before, and a couple guys yelled at me what they thought in a positive sense from a van that passed by, trust me, New Yorkers are looking for appropriate venues to say what they think, and Yelp gives them just that. You know, I was saying to Jeremy a few minutes ago, my partner and I moved a few months ago, and when the mover, who was terrific, left, he begged us to go onto Yelp and put up our opinion of what the moving company, how they did. And Yelp one Sunday morning, when I was lucky enough to have time to go to brunch, we went to Yelp to answer a critical question. What was the best pancake place in Manhattan? They answered it. You delivered, so thank you very much.
I got to think about the best pancake place. Think about that. Rachel Stern is our city's chief digital officer, and she's going to comment on Yelp's move into our city. Is that correct?
Yes.
Way to go.
Thank you so much. Very happy to join in the welcome and celebration of Yelp coming to New York City. It is wonderful to welcome yet another exciting startup to New York City, following on the visits and the celebrations of everyone from Foursquare and Tumblr to Twitter's opening earlier this month. In addition to that, celebrating the growing digital sector in New York City and establishing that New York City will become the greatest city in the world, as the speaker and the mayor said, is a key part of the digital roadmap. And in addition to that, we look forward to continuing to celebrate these startups as they prove that New York City is the greatest digital consumer market in the United States, and we have people who are not afraid to express themselves. Yelp itself has been a wonderful partner to the city. It brings out the best of social media for businesses, enabling them to deepen their relationships with their consumers. It's great for consumers in allowing them to be more informed and make better decisions. It's also wonderful for tourists. I use it every day on my iPhone to find out where the closest and best restaurants and services are to me. Beyond that, Yelp has also been a wonderful partner to the city in the New Business Acceleration Team program, helping to come into City Hall and suggest their ideas for how we can streamline the way that businesses are able to start up and grow and expand and be successful in New York City. So I'd like to thank you, and I'd also like to celebrate the over 100 jobs planned to be hired in Yelp, and welcome to New York City.
Rachel, thank you. Everybody says they want jobs and they want to create jobs. It's in the paper every day. Everybody's promising. We've actually done an awful lot here in the city to create jobs. When the private sector in this last recession lost 6% of all private sector jobs, New York City lost 0.3% of its private sector jobs. And a lot of that was because we're constantly having new jobs being created here. And a lot of it is done by our Economic Development Corporation. Seth Pinsky is the president of it. It's one of the city's ways, and we have a number of different agencies that do this, to try to not just talk the talk, but actually walk the walk and create the jobs that will give New Yorkers the dignity of a job, the success, the ability to be in charge of their own destiny and share in the great American dreams, and to create a tax base so that we can pay our teachers and our firefighters and police officers and whatever. Seth?
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you also to Jeremy and the whole Yelp family for your vote of confidence in our city. This move today, this expansion, shows the growing role that our city is playing in the innovation economy and our rapidly expanding tech community. We have today one of the most dynamic tech communities anywhere in the country, if not the world. And as the mayor said, evidence of that abounds. A great statistic is the fact that last quarter, for the first time, New York surpassed the Boston area as the #2 recipient of venture capital in the country. But we're not stopping there. And Yelp is a great example of why we know that we're going to succeed in our goals. They came here in, I think, 2008. Is that right, Jeremy? In 2008. They've been expanding ever since, and they have plans to expand more. And we want to see more of this. We want to see more businesses from outside of New York coming to New York and establishing presences here, and we want to see more businesses founded here in New York by New Yorkers and growing. And to this end, we've been doing a whole host of things to try to promote the sector. We've been opening a network of business incubators. We've been looking for investment opportunities through our early stage investment fund. And we've been working to create a new or expanded applied science campus right here in the 5 boroughs. So let me just wish Yelp best of luck with this expansion, to welcome you, Jeremy, to New York, and to say that I look forward to working with all of you and the entire Yelp family to make Yelp a success here in New York and to help grow the tech community here in the city. Thank you.
Seth, thank you. And also with us today is Jay Suffer, the owner of Lockbusters, which has Yelp's highest rating for any locksmith shop in New York City. You can, as they say, look it up. And Jay's going to tell us a little bit about what Yelp's rating has meant for his business. The floor is all yours. Thank you. You have the key.
I love it. I love it. I got to pinch myself to make sure I'm not dreaming. You know, that's amazing. I mean, you know, the truth is, Mr. Mayor, 3 years ago, I was living in my mother's garage, 29 years old, broke and unemployed. All right, you know, being a business owner was the furthest thing on the radar. I was just worried how the hell I was going to get a date, you know? And right now, I'm standing in front of cameras and right next to the mayor.
And your mother's very happy.
She's, oh, are you kidding me? You get your garage back. Out of the garage. You know, I'm standing here as a thriving business owner. And that's all because of Yelp. And that is the absolute truth. Thanks to Yelp, I didn't have to penetrate the market anonymously. And what they were able to create, the platform that you created, helped me put a face and a personality behind my business. And just based on that online exposure alone, that's all I had. It was all I could afford because it was for the low, low price of nothing that I could open up a business page. I started to generate work. And that work generated reviews. And the best part about those reviews is that it endorsed and legitimized everything I'm about in my business practice. Those reviews generated more work, and I'm so proud to say that this year I added 2 full-time employees and just bought another company vehicle. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you know, on a very industry-specific note, you know, Yelp is changing the face of the New York City locksmith industry, and I'm sure a lot of service industries. I mean, you don't have to go far to find somebody in New York City who's been ripped off by a locksmith. You know, and now all they have to do is go to their iPhone, they can find me, and nobody has to get ripped off again. So I'm very proud of that. And on a personal note, you know, they took a technological caveman, you know, pretty much out of the Stone Age. You know, my Yelp phone was a prepaid one at a Kmart that I put $10 on each time. And now I have an iPhone somewhere. There it is, right?
Very nice.
That's my puppy. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, no, he's adorable.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. He just spilled a drink on my Mac computer yesterday, so yeah. And
I'll tell you where to go to get it
I love it. You got it. I had a hairdryer. And you know, it's that's my story. I'm going to continue to thrive, you know, as long as Yelp continues to grow. I'm going to grow with it. You know, it was my introduction to social media on Facebook and Twitter now because of it. I get to engage with my customers and engage with the large part of the New York community. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jay, congratulations, and you know, your success, Yelp's success, is the city's success. So it's, you know, Yelp is a great example of a need being satisfied, and the market really does work. And if you have a great product, they'll help you get the word out there, and people that want great products, which are most of us, will give you a lot of business. You'll pay a lot of taxes, which we'll say thank you for. Before taking on topic questions, let me just summarize today's announcement for our Spanish-speaking New Yorkers. Hoy la compañía en línea Yelp abrió las oficinas en su nueva sede de la costa este en Nueva York. Como otras empresas de medios digitales, Yelp trae empleados y oportunidades a nuestra ciudad. And with that, we'll be happy to take questions on topic. Yes, sir.
Well, question, you know, we know that there's a positive review that's helped your business, but if somebody does rip you off, does that end up on Yelp? And